Marhaba cell phone scholars, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Markley's Gradebook, where I review apps that promise to make you smarter. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Today we're looking at another language learning app, because there are a lot of language learning apps. The last one we reviewed was Duolingo. I put the link up here so you can check it out, and I strongly recommend you check that one out before watching this one, because Duolingo will be a standard to which I look at all of the other language learning apps because it is my favorite. And if other apps do better or worse, I can compare them along that scale. Memrise is the one we're looking at today, and we're looking at it based on the Arabic lesson, which is what I took over the past 30 days. Memrise was made back in 2009, that's when it originally started, its private beta, by a Grand Master of Memory, Ed Cook. I didn't know it was a thing either, but it is. The guy who made it with him was neuroscientist Dr. Greg Dietra. So unlike Duolingo, which was made by two computer programmers, this one was made by two, I don't want to say brain scientists because master of memory, but people who were looking more towards memory rather than a program. Made in 2009, private beta. Duolingo entered its private beta in 2011 and then put itself as an open website in 2012, meaning its gestation period was rather short. Memrise would not hit its open area until 2012, 2013? 2012 is when Memrise would open itself up. 2013 is when both apps, Duolingo and Memrise, would hit the app stores. Again, 2013. Both apps would hit at the same time, and it's interesting to see that kind of weird period where they go very similar along each other. And you can definitely see both apps took the same lessons to heart, but went about it different ways. So, again, as per usual, the review will be in three distinct areas: in fun, worth, and design, because, as I like to say every time, not everything worth doing is fun, not everything fun is easy to do, and not everything pretty is substantive.
That's a bad lesson.
It's a good lesson. Why do I have peanut gallery? Alright, anyway, let's get to this. Moving the app here. Memrise's slogan is that it unlocks your learning superpowers. But what it's really promising you is that it can teach you a language. But I feel like that slogan does impart some knowledge of what they're trying to do. This app wasn't made by a linguist, and it's not made by linguists. It's inspired by a memory master. And you can tell his whole point is to, and he brags about it, he can memorize words. But words don't make a language. I mean, they do, but the order you put them in is almost as important or more important as the words themselves. And he seems more content, or the app seems more content, to make you memorize words rather than why you're using the words. But we'll get to that later. Design. While Duolingo was content with an owl and some geometric shapes, Memrise doubles down on a space-themed learning experience. You lift off from the bottom to the top of your screen, unlike most apps which go top to bottom. You even have a little alien friend that evolves as you learn. It's cute, and the metaphor is both apt and entertaining. Unfortunately, the theme gets in the way of simplicity, and the names for all the lessons are less than helpful. Code Cracker is just alphabet. I come in peace is for how are you and what is your name, but not hi or bye. And restaurants is for restaurants. It also doesn't help that there seems to be no rhyme nor reason to language progression. The lessons in grammar are severely lacking. There's also a lot more content than Duolingo has, which isn't a bad thing, but it clutters up the screen. There are 7 different types of lessons. There's chatbots. There's different types of language lessons such as classic review, difficult words, pronunciation, listening skills. But half those are hidden behind a paywall for Memrise Pro. To infinity, but not beyond understanding. B. The fun. Fun, when it comes to learning apps, is all about enticing you to use the app and not make you want to put it down. The best way to do this is through gamification type activities that keep you moving forward, entice you to review, and reward you for challenges. Memrise's gamification is split into two distinct areas: leveled progression and experience. Leveled progression pushes you through to the next course, while experience levels up your little alien friend who always seems happy no matter how badly you're doing. Memrise tries to get you to challenge yourself and review past words, but it doesn't reward you for doing so. The Pro version, $5 to $10 a month, tries to get over some of the forward progress monotony with new games, such as comparative pronunciation, native speaker listening activities, and, the most fun, AI chatbots. But these activities aren't available on all language, and nearly none of them were available on the Arabic lesson I was doing. I had to check out the Spanish lesson, which is probably by far the more popular one. It was fun, but it definitely needed some work. Memrise wants you to feel like you're having fun without giving you anything fun to do, or any reason to do it. It's a coat of fresh paint on a boring wall that looks nice, but honestly just gets the job done. Gonna give it a C. Worth. Duolingo has around 30 courses that it offers, all made and curated by a large group of people. The lessons are well thought out, focusing on grammar, logical progression of topics, and quality. Memrise offers over 100 languages, with multiple smaller courses within those branches. It even offers 2 different types of Spanish. But many of these smaller offshoot courses aren't well planned out, and are more just word memorization games. Even the bigger courses don't focus on language and focus more on words. Language isn't a dictionary, it's a set of rules. Memrise is good if you need to introduce yourself quickly to a conversational level of any language, but it was never enough to make me feel comfortable. It has what you're looking for, but only just B-.
And there you have it. Memrise goes for a quantity over quality approach. Unlike Duolingo, where they have many curators keeping up their lessons, they don't have that many lessons compared to Memrise, which has so many lessons, including things like Atlantean or Memology. Do not take the Memology course. It's a waste of time. I looked at it. It's bad. But you can also take things like Mexican Spanish and Spain Spanish, which are very interesting, the fact that there are differences between the two. But those lessons are just made by a few people, 1 or 2 people, and they're not curated on the whole. While Duolingo takes a very Wikipedia approach, where the more people who add to it, the higher the quality, because you have people fact-checking each other, there isn't that protection in Memrise. And you kind of just have to take their word for it, that you know what they're doing. And the ones made by the Memrise people aren't always to their highest standards. B-. It's good, and if you can only find what you need on there, you might as well try it. That's what Arabic was. Arabic was on this app. It wasn't on Duolingo. But it might not get you as far as you want to go, and it's not going to get you the grammar or the quality that you can get from some other things. And I just don't think the lessons were as well done. For a master of memory making this, I didn't remember as well as some other things. Next week we're looking at Curiosity. Curiosity is an app that promises it can make you smarter in just 5 minutes a day. And we'll see if it can. See you next time, everybody. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please check out the subscribe buttons here. And if you want to check out other things that the Gearbox Union and I have done, they're up here. And I hope to see you next time.